In the beginning, as I remember it, and I'm honestly terrible at this sort of thing with, if you ask me a question about Warcraft 3 and I worked on Warcraft 3 and the Frozen Throne, it's like, I can vaguely remember we did that game, I think. But I remember that we did try Mothership first as just the heaviest, most expensive unit, and you could buy multiples on Protoss back during Wings of Liberty's early development. And then we thought, you know what, we do want there to be uniqueness to this, not beyond just everybody as a capital ship, but this is going to be kind of their thing. They have one, but it's a badass unit. And we kind of ran with that, tested it out, and as I remember in the 2007 reveal, I think in Korea we had that big moment, the Mothership coming down and doing all sorts of crap, and we changed half of the abilities before release, but right about that point we had decided this was going to be a unique ship and part of their kind of gimmick and mechanic. And Mothership hasn't been very prominent, I would say, at the pro level. It's a fun unit though. When it comes out and stuff happens, it's always, it's so cool to see, and so we like that about it. More recently, I even just saw this great match. MVP, who's a very, very popular Terran player, was playing. I'm going to say his name is Parting, but I might be screwing this up. MVP's winning. He's got tons of battle cruisers. He's out there, and out comes the Mothership, comes up, vortexes. They do a swirl, pull in half of his battle cruisers, and then very creative casting. It was the moment of the game, and he ended up going on and beating in an overwhelming situation against MVP, beating him. And it was so cool to see this unit get used that way. So having that card and having that option is awesome. So we like it. We're continuing with that motif, but there were a lot of things that, Dustin spoke to this a lot better than I really do on the balance side, or can, but there's a lot of things we want to see Protoss be able to do that make them more viable, be a little bit more aggressive in the early game. And so Mothership Core enhances and gives us some of those options, I think, which is by putting recall earlier, they can push a little faster and easier, allowing them to have base defense in a unique way where you can have one and move it anywhere, teleport from Nexus to Nexus is pretty cool. It's different than the others, and that's something that we really try to ensure, is that there is a different answer. So that's basically the history of how it went through, and that's where we are today, and we'll see what comes out here in beta and even from the response at MLG.